President Bola Tinubu on Sunday said Nigeria needed sacrificing citizens, that's sacrificial citizens, to fulfill the dreams of its founding fathers. Now, Tinubu made the remark while addressing newsmen after observing the 2024 Eid al-Adha prayers at Dodan Barracks in Lagos. The president emphasized the need for the people to follow the path of sacrifice to make the nation great. Being a very good citizen comes with responsibility. As citizens, what do you do to be very committed or be a very committed member of our society? Go and sacrifice. Love your country. Love your neighbors. Share what you have with one another and be thankful to the Almighty God. That's all, said the president. Royal Chief, aren't we sacrificial enough?
No. Well, that is a statement you expect from a leader. You know, he must give you, we must encourage you at all times to face the challenges the country is facing. So you don't expect the president of the country to talk more or less than this. But for me, I think if he can place his word into actions, there will be reality on ground for Nigerians to see.
Which of the words now? The words about us being sacrificial?
Yes, being sacrificial. Are we not being sacrificial enough in this country?
That's a big question.
Okay. You bought a vehicle yesterday. You find it very difficult to, if you enter the road, you see that many of the commuters were stranded Port Harcourt here in River State here yesterday, mostly in the evening hour. What was the cost of it? An ability to get PMS to use for their vehicles. So these are sacrifice. People start using their legs and then getting to their homes very late, and it's dangerous for human health. So we are talking about sacrificials. We are talking about love. Yes, we love this country. You know, there's nobody that think we don't love the country. You know, because we did not. There was no competitions with God where you be born, and we find ourselves here. So we love this country. But why I'm saying that it should be put in action. It should look at its policies and its programs. What has it done wrong? And where are we going as a country?
But he has told us already, looking at those policies, that we should just be patient, and they will definitely be fruitful.
We can't be patient and we don't talk. We can't be patient and we don't eat. We can't be patient and things start rising and people are dying, and you are calling people to be patient. We won't be patient. We need a change. We need a dynamics that will bring things down.
Now, he has said these policies just need time. Right? They are policies that are directed towards the right direction, right? Where we want the country to be. But we need time. So he's saying, give me that time, and with time, you will see that everything is going to be amazing.
No, we have a short-term policy and a long-term policy. When you talk about policy and implementations of policies, it should come out clearly. Are you telling us that the price of goods will reduce in the next 3 years? And what the people that cannot survive this hardship? Are you telling Nigerians that your policies are long-term policies? After these 2 years, politics will start, and then governance will drop. The governance of this country will drop. They will be talking about the next government. So if you cannot achieve it within your 1 year in office, and we don't see any practical steps of achieving these long-term policies, because he is talking about long-term policies, and every policies that did not carry human face, that did not carry the masses that voted you into power, then you are talking about political policies that will benefit the political class, not the masses, because the masses are the most people that suffer enough. Because like we speak now, we are talking about the cost of goods in the market. And you are telling my mother at home to be patient, and you have 1,000 naira, you cannot afford to buy one commodity, you cannot buy one thing from the market, and you are telling them to be patient. Are we patient because in the next 2 weeks, the price of the increased salaries of workers, or we are talking about the minimum wage, the living wage keep increasing? So for me, yes, you have said that we should love ourselves. Are we not loving ourselves? We love ourselves so much.
Do we love ourselves so much?
We love ourselves so much because I love anybody.
Or you're just being patriotic?
No, I love anybody around me because it's a command. It's a command from the Holy Bible.
The corruption that we have eaten so deep in our society, does that show love in any way?
And that is the love.
The fact that you eat what belongs to me or what should be for me, and you're spending it because you're ahead of me.
And that is the love that Mr. President should demonstrate to Nigerians, that to identify those corrupt leaders and deal with them. according to the law.
All right, Borough Chief stated something. Okay, let's get your thoughts first.
Maybe the president wants atomic bomb thrown to all the citizens.
He didn't say so.
Because we are all, as we speak, he has made a statement as a statesman, as a leader. That is what ordinarily a leader would say. But talking about being patriotic, talking about loving Nigeria, you cannot flog a child and expect the child to keep quiet, not to cry. You cannot at the same time...
What if you're flogging the child for his own good? You know what they say about disciplining children?
See, in politics, in Nigeria, our democracy is this. You take office, the constitution says 4 years. Thereafter, you are still eligible for re-election. When we talk of long-term policy, short-term policy, looking at the tenure of office of the president or the governor, you run with short-term policies.
Yes.
Policies that will not take too long a time to mature, between 1 and 3 years. But in between, there are what we call quick impact projects. Today, the cost of living we are facing, the cost of living crisis we are facing, I think Nigerians are the most resilient people. If you go to some East African countries and they say a bag of rice has increased by 2 cents, there will be nationwide protests. In Zambia, we have seen it. In Mozambique, we have seen it. In Angola, we have seen it. In other countries, what Nigerians are tolerating will never happen. They will shut down the country. So, you are, again, the presidency is a shame. The presidency is not exemplary. Yes.
How do you mean?
Why? Look at it. Look at the vice president's apartment. When Yomi Osimajo was vice president, he made do with their Gouda building. That was good enough. The building of the vice president of America has been used for more than 135 years. They have not, apart from minor renovations and so on, they are still using it. Here, only how many days ago? Now they are spending so much money again to renovate and to rebuild the office of the vice president. Now, the Senate is talking about buying a new aircraft for the president.
We'll get to that.
This is what we are saying. Just recently, was it 2 days ago, the presidency went to take another loan of $2.25 billion from the World Bank. So the pattern of governance
Isn't that one of the ways that you've talked about cushioning the effect of the impact?
They are not cushioning any effect.
Looking at our economy,
we are the same people.
Don't we need any funds? Don't we need any funds that we can get?
So much of this money will be looted again because anti-corruption is not working. So much of this money.
It's just the fear of the money being looted.
Not just being looted.
Okay, you don't feel that these monies will be effective if put into our economy.
Nigeria sells oil every day. We know how much we realize. We know how much we realize by way of taxation. Internal generated revenue. We know how much government is making. This money is not being properly utilized. Yes. There is a cabal. This cabal is still operating. Now, was it last week or so? They said documents revealed that the subsidy regime was still being sustained. This time around with a higher figure, 4.5 trillion in 2024. Government should come clean on such matters.
Well, the government has told us that doesn't exist.
When you tell us...
We should not look at the World Bank report.
See, when you tell me...
Listen to what our government has
when a mother tells a child that there's no soup in the kitchen again, and you see the mother eating a bar,
no, I think the example here should be when a mother tells a child there's no soup in the kitchen, and then a neighbor comes and tells the child that there's soup in your kitchen.
No, in this case,
because it's the World Bank actually came up with that.
No, in this case,
and Nigerians have jumped at it.
No, in this case, the mother says we are dry. There's no soup in the kitchen, but you see the mother eating so much. When there's no soup, the child will expect that there was no food at home. But today, you see the presidency planning a new jet, planning renovating houses, making Abuja look like it. So those are the issues.
This is not the first
time. We are talking about...
This is not the first time we're having cases like
we're even talking about addressing the minimum wage issue. The federal government is very cagey.
Okay.
Oh, if we increase the minimum wage, it will lead to more inflation and more inflation. But here we are. The federal government, donating so much money to pilgrims, the federal government making trips making trips with a huge retinue of aides and advisors. So the body language of the president does not show that we are operating on austerity.
Okay, let me hear you, Chief. Are you one of those Nigerians who believe that the government has to come clean on payment of subsidy?
The payment of subsidy, we have been saying this every day, that they are not truthful about the subsidy matter.
Why do you think so?
Because there's no practical example. There's nothing shows for that. There's nothing that is showing us that there is subsidy payment. There's nothing showing up. Because
what do you expect to see that you're not seeing?
I want to see those leaders that have been eating this money being prosecuted. I want to see them being arrested. I want to see this corrupt leader. They should identify that these are the people that
the signs that you said you want to see concerning that would prove to you that subsidy is actually
there are people that be eating this money, and you don't bring them to book, and you expect a new engines to just come from anywhere. The new engines that we don't know that engines, that engine Gabriel should just come down and begin to do things right. The same people are still there, and you said you are doing this. And for me, I'm not satisfactory with that statement and with that pattern of government. If you are my child, for instance, and you did something wrong, and I know that this thing you are doing is not good, and I did not correct you, correct you in-housely, internally, that my neighbor will see that actually this child did something wrong, and the father say don't do this, and the child has actually changed, then what do you expect from me as a father? So the country we are living in is like within the shortest time, the news will trend and go away, and we face another one. They will manufacture another news that will silence the other ones we are talking about. So since it's not part of our news today, we cannot progress more about that.
During our Royal Chief's first analysis, he mentioned 1 year in office. We really haven't seen so much. Do you agree that after 1 year in office, we haven't seen profitable reform?
The federal government has afflicted the citizens of Nigeria with poverty, hunger, unemployment, and more tax.
Didn't we have unemployment, poverty, hunger before this administration?
Remember, see, before I say the government has afflicted us with poverty and so on, what was the main reason Tinubu campaigned? He campaigned about job creation. He campaigned about social welfare programs. He campaigned about alleviating poverty. He campaigned about so many things. But we are seeing the opposite of what he campaigned for. In a constitutional democracy, if you are a power holder, you will be held accountable for the promises you have made. Because people will voted for you because the masses voted, the electorate voted for you because of those promises. When you fail, it is our responsibility too to point out that you have failed. And what is happening now will determine what will happen in 2027.
What were you expecting to see that you haven't seen?
Number one, you came and you saw the unemployment situation. You said you will create jobs for Nigerian youths. Number two, you said as soon as you come in, you will ensure that infrastructure is given a facelift. We have not seen that. Number three, you came, you said you will alleviate poverty. You have worsened the poverty situation.
Okay, so now
inflation is on the rise.
Let me tell you some steps that the government has taken to alleviate poverty and improve or increase business engagement.
Come with it, yes.
Now, first of all, we have the student loan.
Student
loan, don't forget, aside assisting the students, it was also stated that students can also come in and take loans for business. So aside taking loans for your school fees or whatever, that's one. Secondly, we have reports that the federal government gave out, aside student loans for business owners, both large-scale business owners, small-scale, and micro-business, business owners. This is also what is there. So why are we speaking like we haven't seen anything that
let me correct something. The students' loan scheme has not been operated. You remember?
Over 3,000 students. Over 3,000 students have applied, and they have told us. They're giving us a day. They're giving us a time frame that we expect the students to start assessing.
What I'm saying is,
with this steps that I've mentioned now, don't you think?
Nothing
still.
Most of the so-called small scale. What led to the suspension of the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs? You know that those social investment programs have been suspended since then. Was it? It's up to 6 months now, if not more. So, talking about those loans and so on, what is the critical mass that benefited from the loans? How much loan are they giving? The loan, there was no need for government to even give loans, because if they give you 50, even if they give you 5 million naira, the money has no worth any longer. What business can you do with 5 million naira? How many people are they giving the loans to?
Isn't that a way to cushion the effect
no.
for business owners?
See,
Royal Chief, you don't see that as a step towards that direction?
Just like I will keep saying it, if you want to help the students, reduce the cost of their tuition fees in the universities, you know, and you can run some courses free. Government take the responsibilities, okay? Just like we are doing in our primary school. There's some state government can say, okay, if you have a social number of score, you'll be enrolled for government scholarship. Now, no need of this loan we are talking about. If the government really see that they want to help the students in this country, and you don't regulate the tuition fees in federal institutions, you don't regulate it. Any vice chancellor will come with his own new policies, and then nobody's talking about that. Parents are paying 200, 300,000 naira per term, as the case may be in some higher institutions. If you can control those areas and see that the welfare of students has been taken care of, there's no need for loan.
That's in general, talking about that amount, because I haven't heard any federal institution paying over 200,000 naira for school
Go and
fees.
find out. They are paying now.
For school fees?
Yes.
Is that federal or private?
Even federal universities.
Federal university,
charging so much.
What they even do now, for them, I don't know how to call it. They will say, if you are studying this course, you pay this amount. If you are doing law, you pay this amount. If you are into a doctorate,
is that acceptance?
It's not supposed to be like that. You know, we are talking about
departmental levies, faculty levies,
all those things. It's coming from one source. It's coming from the parents. You understand? It's coming from one source. So if government can reduce this much expenses to acquire knowledge, to acquire a particular areas of study, that you will impart into the lives of this country again, because after acquiring this, you are coming back to work for the interests of this country. So I think this loan of 18, because cannot access 10 million naira as a person. You cannot. And 10 million naira cannot even give you one small kiosk in Port Harcourt. It cannot. It cannot now. What are you?
You can't start any reasonable. You can't start any reasonable business with that.
You cannot. How much is it?
Small kiosk.
How much is the store?
Don't you think that's some sort of exaggeration?
What are you talking about now?
What Chief is saying in essence is, you cannot use 10 million naira. You rent an apartment, you rent a shop, then you start something reasonable with it.
You can.
It's very difficult.
Very difficult.
All right, these are some of the reforms, but Dr. John, I also want to find out why you're faulting the student loan.
No, I'm not faulting it.
Because you're not the only Nigerian who has said who are against this student loan. They see some sort of hanky-panky being played underneath it. So that's why I'm trying to find out why you don't think that's a step in the right direction towards helping the students and improving education in Nigeria.
Only Satan gives with the right hand and takes with the left.
Yes.
Number one, you came into office and you have increased the school fees. Realizing that it is affecting the mainstream of university education.
Yes.
You increase the school fees. And when people call, say, oh, I'm going to give you student, it's like giving something with the right hand, and you take it back with the what? Left. What the student? People don't need the student loan. Yes. Okay. Like Chief said, reduce tuition, improve on the operational conditions in our various universities. That's all you need to do. You don't need to float another. That students' loan scheme, as good as it may appear, is another layer of inefficiency. It's another layer of corruption they have created. People will be appointed, chairman, executive, secretary, this, that. And you are creating another window of corruption. Another chesspool of corruption. Those, if I'm there now as the executive secretary of students' loan, will I not put my brothers in Bayelsa State to benefit from the loan?
So you do that.
That is it.
Is that not the problem of
They will tell you, look, you are in office now. Charity begins at home. As bad as it may seem, you must remember your home first.
Of course.
Where are those people in Bayelsa say, please, Your school fees
But they
are very
have to
high.
be, let's not forget that the schools, measures are being put in place to make sure that corruption doesn't come in.
I'm sure you are not here to defend this government.
The schools
The
are,
point is Nigeria is going down.
I'm
We are
trying
the
to
slippery
show you
slope
how
now.
you need to balance it. If you're looking at it on this end, you also need to look at it on the other end. Nobody's defending anybody here. If you're having thoughts on this side, then you also have to look at this other side. Because when you have mentioned, you never mentioned, you said you haven't seen anything that the government has done
I have not said so.
towards their manifesto now.
No, the manifesto is a complete failure. It's a fiasco, total fiasco. The government should go back to the drawing board. This second year, they should go back to the drawing board. First and foremost, Tinubu needs to rejig his cabinet.
You think that's also?
And if possible, reduce the cabinet. Okay. So many ministries are performing overlapping functions. Rejig the cabinet. Thereafter, take a look at the policy. First of all, dethrone that man who is in charge of, they call him the coordinating minister of the economy. He does not have the wherewithal, the intellectual wherewithal to move Nigeria forward. If possible, also remove that man at the central bank. These people are not fit. That is my own view. I have seen CBN governors. I was born so many years ago. I have seen Abdul Kader, though I was still a small boy. After that, Chiroma, I saw those people. As CBN governors, before it got to Sanusi, Sanusi was a sound CBN governor. The essence of being a CBN governor is not just to spend money. No. Sometimes you advise government. Yes. For instance, when Sanusi was a CBN governor, he told the federal government that, look, we should reduce borrowing because at that point, the naira was exchanged, 197 naira was exchanging for $1. Now, the federal government refused to listen to him and they went to borrow. What did he say? He said, look, if the exchange rate of the naira per dollar is up to 200 naira per dollar, this money you are borrowing, soon it will get to 1 trillion naira. And that was what happened. But we don't have because of the working relationship between President Tinubu and the coordinating minister. They were his ministers in Lagos State. We are talking about Nigeria, not Lagos State. Let's come very open. Nigeria needs a surgical operation. The CBN governor now is not the right person to perform that surgical operation. We need some radicals to go in there and get the job done. Sack the CBN governor, sack the coordinating minister, rejig the cabinet, and see what will happen.
All right.